Against Lake Erie, you guys have had a very good start to the season against them, winning 4 of the first 5 games, going for 5 of 6 here tonight. What's been working for you guys against Lake Erie?
I think we've done a pretty good job of separating pitches, balls and strikes, make sure we're getting a good pitch to hit, and we're taking advantage and executing when we have that situation.
And you've been able to execute really well yourself. Yesterday, 2 hits, including a triple. That ball right down the line, just a pitch inside that you turned on?
Yeah, it was a inside pitch that I was actually kind of surprised I kept fair, but luckily for me, I had a guy like David Cronin who's really getting around the bags, trying to give me that RBI, and that allowed me to get to third.
So you actually had no intentions of a triple. You were going to stop at second.
That's correct, 100%.
Well, now you actually have 4 triples on the season, which is pretty astounding because you yourself don't think you should have that many. But one of them was one out to center that the center fielder missed. And I never got to ask you about that. It was a couple of weeks ago now. When you were going to third, were you thinking, am I going to get an inside the Parker?
No, I was definitely easing up and just standing up easy on 3.
Well, and one of the things, your new home now third base. You've been playing left field for most of the season, but you're a self-proclaimed third baseman as well. Now moving back into the infield, how's that transition been going? You look pretty comfortable.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting back on the infield. I really enjoy that short jog, to be honest, going out to third instead of left field. But yeah, I love playing third base. It's a lot of fun.
And is there any component of it, out in left field, you got a little bit more time to judge the baseball as it's coming out at third base, your internal clock's going to be a little bit quicker. How's that been?
Yeah, it takes the whole thinking aspect out of it. It's mainly see and react, and whereas left field, you got a long time to run under it, and it gets kind of boring out there, honestly, for being honest.
So we're at that point in the season where there's a lot of new roster moves going on. You were one of the roster moves last year that the team brought in after the MLB draft had finished up and the dust had settled in terms of roster moves. What would you say to some of the guys that are joining the team mid-season, how to kind of fit in? Because you ended up sticking, and now you're here for another year.
Yeah, you just take care of your job, play the game the right way, play hard, and everything takes care of itself from there. If you're not doing what you're supposed to, that's a quick way out of the clubhouse. But I think we got a good group, and it'll be fun to watch these pieces plug in.
And you had yourself a pretty good All-Star break, ended up homering in the All-Star game. What was that like to be able to homer on one of the biggest stages in the Frontier League?
I just got a good pitch to hit. I was lucky to put myself in a good count and separate balls and strikes, and I got a good pitch and I drove it. I was thankful that I was able to, put my body in a good position to drive the ball.
And even though Luke Rennie, who should have been an All-Star but had to leave because, of course, he was signed by the New York Mets, he would have been on the experienced team, and I was kind of hoping that one of you guys would have been able to face Luke in-game. If you had to pick one guy on the team that you want to hit against in the box, who is it?
I don't know. I tell you, that definitely wasn't Luke Rennie. I definitely didn't want to face him. Him being on the other team, knowing how I hit and everything, that was not something I was looking forward to.
So, who is just one guy in general then that either you just want to best out there on the mound, or somebody who's a good friend that you want to try and hit a homer off of?
I guess I'd really want my shot at Austin Nicely. Yeah, I'd really love a piece of him.
And going forward the rest of the season, you guys got off to a slow start here in the second half. What do you think is going to be the key moving forward towards the playoff push?
Just executing. We've done a good job situationally hitting lately, and that's some things we were struggling with right before the All-Star break, and now it obviously shows in this series that when we situationally hit, we put ourselves in a good position to win ball games.
Well, Ryan, thank you so much for your time, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
You've been listening.